everything started. A lot of people, a lot of our people, even the other nations, they wondering damn, where these guys coming from? Saying that they the real Jews, they the real Israelites. What's going on? Like how these guys just popping up out of nowhere, But all this was prophesied that this would happen, before it even happened. We stand in our lot, just like the Lord got us back into. All right, and I wanted to go into some scriptures proving that. All right, Yahawah willing, I ain't too long. All right, I want to go to first and foremost. All right, face the east, giving all honor and praises to the Most High Yahawah and the Son Yahawah Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. Shalom to the elect of the house of Israel, which consists of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives. All right, like I said, I wanted to go into some scriptures showing what's really going on. Yahawah willing, I won't be too long. All right, so I want to go to Isaiah chapter 30. All right, and I want to go from, I want to start at verses 19. All right. All right, here we go. The book of Isaiah chapter 30, verses 19 to 21. All right. For the people shall dwell in Zion at Jerusalem. Thou shalt weep no more. He will be very gracious unto thee at the voice of thy cry. When he shall hear it, he will answer thee. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. All right, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. All right, and this is what you're seeing right now. Okay, all right. The affliction is Zion. All right, the affliction of Zion is coming to an end. All right, so the Lord is raising us up as we speak right now. All right, and we coming out of our ruins. Okay, all right. The Lord is restoring us right now as we speak. Though we scattered amongst the nations, the Lord is restoring his temple right now, okay? Let me start that again. All right, verse 19. For the people shall dwell in Zion at Jerusalem. Thou shalt weep no more. Okay, we ain't going to weep no more, man. All right, all that's going to be a thing of the past, During this captivity, we went through a lot. Some of us not as much as our forefathers and our foremothers when they first got off them ships. They went through some real hell. But we're still going through it, whether you realize it or not. It might not be as serious, but we're still going through it. All right, okay. For the people shall dwell in Zion at Jerusalem. Thou shalt weep no more. He will be very gracious unto thee at the voice of thy cry. When he shall hear it, he will answer thee. All right. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. You're going to see the teachers. You're going to see the teachers, damn near on every corner, man. Okay? Giving out the word. Letting our people know that we the real children of Israel. Come back to the marriage. All right? The Lord is about to deliver us. All right? This is what's going on. Okay? Verse 21. All right? And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, This is the way, walk ye in it. When ye turn to the right hand, and when ye turn to the left. Okay, this is what we've been our people to do. Return back to the marriage, return back to the covenant. This is the way, walk ye in it. Okay, all right. Overall, keeping the faith too, man. Not just the commandment. All right, we gotta keep them to the best of our ability while we in the the lands of our enemies, okay? All right, but overall keeping the faith. All right, this is the way, walk in it. Okay, let's go to some more scriptures. All right, so this is what you're saying, man. All right, seeing the teachers all over, man. No matter what country we in. All right, you seeing men saying who we are, come back to the Lord. All right, this is what we're doing. All right, I want to go to Sirach, chapter 13. Verses 23, okay? All right, because we gotta understand. So a lot of our people, right? Though we at the bottom, a lot of our people don't believe. Even the other nations, they don't believe that we're the real people, we're the real Jews and Israelites. But it is what it is. They ain't even believe the Messiah when he came. Okay, our own people didn't believe it was him. We're gonna get into some scriptures saying it. All right, so this is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 13, verses 23. All right, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. Right. All right. So when a rich man speak, everybody surround him. They like, yeah. All right. Let's say if I was, Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, or something like that. Everybody going to crowd around like, yo, that's Jay-Z. We want to hear what he got to say. But a poor man, a man that ain't got nothing, they don't want to hear nothing he got to say. And that's the same thing that happened with the Messiah. All right. He came in a very low estate. He was definitely king of the Jews, but they didn't expect him to come to Nazareth and look how he was looking. And I'm gonna get to some scriptures proving that. But they didn't believe it. They expected him to come like a real kingly character. So this is the same thing with us. Okay? They see us in our low estate. We not rich. The prophets, we're not rich. Okay? We ain't got it like these billionaires and stuff like that. So we're gonna be despised because of the low estate that we're in. Ain't nobody gonna believe us, but it is what it is. All right, we still gotta keep going. It don't matter. All right, the Lord is putting the Spirit on us. Little do they know, we're more richer than any of these people think. We're literally kings and princes in the hands of these people. All right, we just at a low estate. Okay, the book of Sirach, chapter 13, verses 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. All right, everybody looking, can't wait to hear what he got to say. Okay, they extol it to the clouds. But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? Basically like, who the hell this nigga? You know what I'm saying? That's how people think of us. Okay, who the hell are these niggas on the corner saying this and that? You know what I mean? Look at them. You know what I mean? They saying they king, they saying this and that. You know what I mean? They ain't in a rich estate. Who is these niggas? Okay? But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. Okay? All right? And we living in a time where we bringing out this truth. They even going to help the government. They're going just like what they did with the Messiah. Trading Barnabas, whatever his damn name was. All right, just to get the Messiah locked up, bringing all type of lies on us and everything. All right, it's going to get real for us in these last days, man. All right, excuse me. Let's go into some more scriptures, man. All right. I want to go to let's go to Ecclesiastes. Yeah, man. That's how they're going to look at us, man. But the Lord is dealing with us. So yeah, and that's richness in itself. When the Lord, man, it's crazy. I remember one time I was in a trance when I was first waking up. This is like 19, maybe 2020, in a trance. Like, damn, he really chose me. You know what I mean? He really chose me. Like, put the Spirit on me. Like, yo, I still remember that day. I'm just sitting in a trance. Like, wow. You know what I mean? That's rich in itself, man. When the Lord chooses you, out of your whole family, out of even everybody in your neighborhood, choose you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody you grew up with, choose you. That's richness in itself, man. Like I said, I want to go to Ecclesiastes, and I want to go to Salakia. I want to go to chapter 9, verses 16. All right, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 9, verses 16. Okay, all right. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. Okay, all right. That's just what it is, man. Okay. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength, which it is. Okay, you want to have wisdom. All right, just like King Solomon, he didn't ask for money, he asked for wisdom. All right, and the Lord gave him extra just for asking. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. Hey, that's what's going to happen with these prophets in the last days. Okay, It is what it is. Our words is going to be despised. They don't know that the Lord is putting a spirit on us to bring out these words. So they really despising the Lord, whether y'all know that or not, man. Okay? All right? They said, all right, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. Okay? It is what it is, man. Excuse me. Let's go to John chapter 1. All right, we're going to be despised in these last days. Our wisdom is going to be despised. And we're definitely going to be despised too. You know what I mean? For this truth that we're bringing out. You know, because we're going to be hated and all that. Just like the Messiah was hated. Okay? Just like he was lied on. You know? His own people. Okay? Our own people turned on the Messiah, man. They hated him. So the same thing is going to happen to us as well. It is what it is. Okay? All right? I want to go to the book of John chapter 1. And, Salaki, I'm going to go to 45. Reading from 45 to 46. All right, the book of John chapter 1, verses 45 to 46. Okay? Philip findeth Nathanael and said unto him, we have found him, of whom Moses in the law and the prophets did write, Yahawah of Nazareth, the son of Joseph. And Nathanael said unto him, can there any good thing come out of Nazareth? Philip said unto him, come and see. Okay? All right, he asked him. And Nathanael said unto him, can there any good thing come out of Nazareth? Philip said unto him, come and see. And why he asked that? Why he asked if anything good come out of Nazareth? All right? Because Nazareth was like a ghetto. It was like a slum. It was like a hood. Okay? That's why he asked that. And that's the same thing that's going to happen with us. They're going to be like, well, you people saying that you're God's children? You're the people of Israel? You know, look at you. You guys are in the slum. You're in the ghettos. Like, who the hell? Ain't nobody going to believe that. Even our own people, they're not going to believe that. Okay? Just like the scripture just proved that they didn't believe that Yahawah, or who you call Jesus, okay? All right? Was the son, was the Lord's son. They didn't believe that because he didn't come in a king estate. He didn't come with a high stature. He came in a lowly estate. Okay? Same thing that's going to happen with us. So it is what it is. All right? And Nathanael said unto him, can there any good thing come out of Nazareth? Okay? Philip said, come and see. Can anything come out of Philly, North Philly? All right? Can any good thing come out of Pittsburgh? You know? Can anything come out of Dallas, Texas? All right? Can anything come out of Camden, New Jersey? Can any good thing come out of Brooklyn, New York? All right? Coming from the slums. All right? Because our people, we at the bottom. They ain't going to believe that. Even our own people ain't going to believe it. It is what it is. All right? I want to go to Isaiah chapter 53. Okay? All right? I want to go to Isaiah chapter 53, verses 2. Okay? Yeah, man. All right, so the book of Isaiah chapter 53, verses 2. For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant. Salakia, I'm going to read from verse 1. Who has believed our report, and to whom is the arm of the Lord fulfilled? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant, and as a root out of a dry ground. He has no form nor comeliness, and when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. All right, you hear that? Okay. Little kids falling on the ground. Okay. All right, watch this. I'm going to read that again. Okay, I'm going to read that main part. He has no form nor comeliness. No form nor comeliness. Okay. And when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire of him. Meaning that the Messiah wasn't a handsome man. Okay. So just like the scripture is saying, like, damn, is this? They was asking, is this the Son of Man? Like, who could come out of Nazareth? And then when they see him, he don't look that handsome. That's what the scriptures are saying. He wasn't comely. Okay? All right, same thing with us, man. Okay? He has no form nor comeliness. And when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him. Okay? That's, hey. So whether you believe that or not, The Lord is raising up prophets in these last days, and we are them. Okay, no matter what we look like, no matter what we wearing, you know, you can't go off of looks, man. Okay, you got to go off the spirit. You got to go off what we teaching. All right, you got to go off. You got to go off the scriptures, man, because we're here. All right, we're back in our lot. All right, it is what it is. So this is what you're seeing, man. All right, let's go to the book of Daniel. Okay, we back in our lot, man. You know, we regenerated back on the earth. You know, a lot of people, they don't believe in reincarnation. They don't believe in regeneration. You know, but it's nothing new under the sun, and you got to understand that. So the spirits that's in us now, you know, they were already here. We're just in a different body. That's all that is. You know, so even Christianity got a hard time believing in regeneration and reincarnation. All right, you know, Christianity, you know, they teach a lot of lies, a lot of deceit. You know, and regeneration, reincarnation is very real. Okay, all right. Yahawah willing, I'll do a video on that. We're back in our lots, man. Everybody is back in their lot. Okay, you know, just like, you know, the so-called white men, they say we're nothing like our forefathers. You know, that's what they say, but they don't realize that they are their forefathers. We are our forefathers. We just come back at a different time. All right, you know, every 3 or 4 generations. Okay, all right. Let me, like I said, I want to go to the book of Daniel. I want to go to Daniel chapter 12. All right. Daniel chapter 12. Should have brought some hand warmers out here, man. All right. The book of Daniel chapter 12, verses 13. All right. All right. Salaki. The book of Daniel chapter 12, verse 13, and it reads, all right, but go thou thy way till the end be, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of days. Okay, and this is what the Lord told Daniel. He told Daniel, you know, go rest. All right, and you're going to stand in your lot at the end of days. What's the end of the days? Talking about the latter days. Talking about the days that we're in right now. We're at the end of this man's reign. Okay, the last days, meaning we're at the ending, okay, of this man running the earth. So Daniel is literally back on the earth right now in another body. Now, we don't know exactly who we are, okay, as prophets, but we know for sure that the Lord put us back in that lot. Okay, I can't tell you exactly who I was back then. We'll find all that later, Yahawah willing, okay, when we get in the kingdom. But yes, we do come back in our lots, okay. Daniel chapter 12, verses 13. But go thou thy way till the end be. All right, till the end be. What end? The end of this world, the end of this reign, the end of their rulership. All right. For thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of days. And stand in thy lot at the end of the days. Okay, that's every prophet, man. All right. Okay, so let's go to Jeremiah chapter 29. My hands got cold fast out here. That's crazy. All right, let's go to the book of Jeremiah chapter 29. All right, and I'm going to read from verses 11 to 14. All right, and it reads, for I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not evil, to give you an expected end. All right, he's talking to Israel. He's talking to his people. He's talking to us. Okay, verse 12. Then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you. And ye shall seek me and find me, when ye shall search for me with all your heart. And that's what we got to do. You can't search the Lord with a halfway heart. You got to search him with all your heart. Okay? All right, you're going to find him. All right, Yahawah willing, he even open up that door to you. Just like he opened up that door to me when I went searching for it. I found him. Okay? All right, verse 14. And I will be found of, saith the Lord, and I will turn away your captivity, and will gather you from all the nations and from all the places whither I have driven you, saith the Lord. And I will bring you again into the place whence I caused you to be carried away captive. Okay, all right, which I have which I have caused you to go away into captivity. All right? Let me read that again. And I will bring you again into the place once I cause you to be carried away captive. Okay? And what place is that? That's talking about Jerusalem. That's talking about Israel. It's talking about our land. Okay? Yes, we're going back. That's a promise. Okay? Though we've been driven out and scattered amongst the nations, where we at right now, in every nation under the whole sun, okay, the Lord is going to bring us back. All right? That's a promise. All right? The Lord is not a man that he shall lie. All right? Verse 15. Okay? Because you have said, the Lord has raised us up prophets in Babylon. All right? Raised us up prophets. So the Lord is raising up prophets right now. So this is what you're seeing. When you're seeing men doing constant videos, okay? All right? Just like men I learned from a Great Millstone. All right? Constant videos. And it just nonstop. Well, the Lord is doing something. That's the Lord putting the spirit, all right, on them men, all right, and the men under them, okay, all right, to bring out the truth, okay, all right, to prophesy to our people, to prophesy the downfall of this wicked and evil kingdom, all right, Babylon, where we at right now, all right, just like verse 15 says, it says, because he has said, the Lord has raised us up prophets in Babylon, all right, Babylon, all right, that's where we at right now, aka America. Okay, the Lord is raising up a bunch of prophets right here. But not just here in Babylon, all over the world, man. All right, but mainly here in Babylon, a.k.a. America. So that's what you're seeing. You're seeing the real prophets, okay? All right, there's no such thing as a prophet Muhammad, no, none of that. The prophets can only come from the children of Israel, okay? That's it. All right, no other nation. The Lord doesn't deal with any other nation. All right, just like Psalms chapter 147, 19 and 20. Okay, the Lord doesn't deal with any other nation but his people. All right, his servants. His servants are only Israel. All right, because you have said the Lord has raised us up prophets in Babylon. Okay, all right. Matter of fact, since I just said that, all right, the Lord is only dealing with the children of Israel, man. You know, we putting a quench in the lies in these last days. You know, we've been lied to severely. All right. So I want to go to Baruch. I want to go to Baruch chapter 4. All right, verses 4. Watch this. O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to Yahawah are made known unto us. Okay, what it say? O Israel, happy are we. Why are we happy? Okay, let's find out. For things that are pleasing to Yahawah are made known unto us. All right, things that are pleasing to the Most High Yahawah. The Lord makes it known unto us, his people. Okay, not any other people. All right, these are the scriptures. Okay, and you know, we got to come out of our feelings. And you know, when we tell people that the Lord is only dealing with his people, he's not dealing with no other nation. And the scriptures back that up. Okay, so it is what it is. All right. All right, it is what it is. Happy are we, for things that are pleasing to Yahawah are made known unto us. Unto us, not them, but us. All right? All right? It's crazy. I might hang out some clothes quick. All right, I'm going to go to the book of Acts chapter 2. Okay? I'm going to go to the book of Acts chapter 2. Verses, let's start at verses 17. Alright. The book of Acts chapter 2, verses 17, okay, to 19. And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith Yahawah, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. Okay, all right, that's what's going on, man. Okay, all right, the Lord is pouring out his spirit, all right, on his people right now. All right, so he was talking to our people, them, letting them know, you see, all right, later on down the line in the last days, that he would pour out his spirit on us. Okay, all right, and it shall come to pass in the last days. We are in the last days. It's official right here, man. Okay, saith Yahawah, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. Okay? And on my servants and my handmaids I will pour out in those Salakia. And on my servants and on my handmaids, I will pour in those days of my spirit, and they shall prophesy. And I will show wonders in heaven above, and signs in the earth beneath, blood and fire, and vapor of smoke. All right? All right, that's how you know we in the last days too, man. All right, not that's what the Lord pouring His Spirit out on us so we can prophesy, but you're going to see in the heavens all type of weird stuff going on. Okay? All right? You're going to see the chariots, so-called UFOs, which I've seen plenty of them. Okay? All right? You're going to see the sky turning different colors. You're going to see all type of stuff. All right? That's how you know. So the Lord gives us, shows us signs and wonders. All right? Before the coming of His Son. This is how you know we're officially here. All right? And one of them things is the prophets waking up in these last days and prophesying. All right? All right? Once again, that's what you're seeing. And I will show wonders in heaven above. All right? When you look up above in the sky, that's a heaven. Okay? That's a heaven right there. Okay? And I will show wonders in heaven above and signs in the earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke. Okay? Yeah, we're here, man. We are here. We are here. Okay? All right, let's go to the book of Amos. All right, chapter 3. Yahawah will, like I said, I don't keep it this long. This ain't. Hopefully not too long. Here go my hands. Here go my hands, man. All right, let's get it. The book of Amos, chapter 3, verses 7. Surely the Lord Yahawah will do nothing, but He revealeth His secret unto His servants, the prophets. What did the Lord do? Okay, what did the Lord do? All right, remember the scripture. It says, O Israel, happy are we, for things that are pleasing to Yahawah are made known unto us. All right, this backs that up. The book of Amos, chapter 3, verses 7. Surely the Lord Yahawah will do nothing, but He revealeth His secret unto His servants, the prophets. He revealeth His secrets unto the servants, the prophets. Okay? And the prophets can only come from the children of Israel. Okay? All right? Who are His servants? Okay, let's read that. Let's read who His servants are. This is who He revealed His secrets to. All right? You're going to find out the servants don't come from any other nation. Okay? All right, let's go to our 1 Kings. All right. All right, let me go to that real quick. Like I said, my fingers, here they go, man. Here they go. Here they go. All right. So this is the book of 1 Kings, chapter 8. All right. And I'm going to start at verses 29 and 30, okay? All right. The book of 1 Kings, chapter 8, verses 29 and 30. That thine eyes may be open toward this house, night and day, even toward the place of which thou hast said, my name shall be there, that thou mayest hearken unto the prayer which thy servant shall make toward this place. All right, we're going to find out who the servant is. Okay, verse 30. And hearken thou to the supplication of thy servant and of thy people Israel. All right, who's his servant? And of thy people Israel. So Israel is his servant. Okay. And of thy people Israel, when they shall pray toward this place. And hear thou in heaven thy dwelling place. And when thou hearest, forgive. All right. All right. The servants can only come from the children of Israel. All right. All right. Let me just get one more. Like I said, this wasn't nothing to really go too long in. All right. But this is what you're seeing. Okay. The Lord is raising up prophets right now. Raising us up through the spirit that he's putting on us. All right. All right. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 28. All right. And I'm going to read from verses 8 to 9. All right. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord has truly sent him. Okay? All right, then you're going to know that the Lord truly sent the prophet once the things that we prophesy about, okay, they actually come to pass. That's how you're going to know that we're really prophets, okay? Let me start that again, all right? Last scripture, man. Jeremiah chapter 28, verses 8 to 9, okay? The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence, all right? And of pestilence, all right? Just like we prophesy against America, okay? Babylon, aka America, all right? For all the evil that it has done, that you will be rewarded for the evil that you have done, okay? That's what we're doing now. Just like back then when we was in our lot, we even prophesied against our own kingdom, Israel, all right? That is going to be taken down, okay? That the Lord is going to scatter us amongst the nations, okay? We prophesied against our own people, all right? So we back in our lot and we prophesying against Babylon, aka America, for all the evil that it has done. Yes, the Lord is going to reward you for the evil you have done to the children of Israel, all right, to Zion, okay? You might have think you got away with that because everything is all good and peaches in America right now, but it's not going to work out well. All right, America's ending is going to be very tragic. It's going to be detrimental. Okay, it will not work out well for America. Okay, all right. Once again, the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old. All right, of old. Okay, now we're back in our lots. Okay, of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. The prophet which prophesies of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord has truly sent him. All right? Then you're going to know that the Lord truly sent us. Okay? All right? Like I said, I ain't have to go in too long about that, man. All right? We back in our lots. We doing what the Lord put the Spirit on us, okay, to do. All right? That's what we're doing. Okay? All right? All right, I'm going to end this thing. Giving all honor and praises to the Most High Yahawah and the Son Yahawah Shah. Hope this was edifying. All right, Shalom, Israel.